How to raise kids in today's world. This is a big topic with many aspects and my friends are going to cover many of them. I want to mention two: relationship and protection. The first one, relationship. The world and the master of this world, the devil, is enraged against God and the people of God, and especially our kids. And I think the first aspect we must look at is our relationship, especially as a father. In this world, where are the fathers? Most of the time they are nowhere to be found, and when they're here, usually they bring food on the table, they bring money, and that's great, but what are they bringing in the life of their kids? I want to challenge you that you need to spend time with your kids. Maybe you know that already, and that's great, but you need time with your kids. You want to build a relationship with them. And you know, it's like God. You want to build a relationship with God, you need to pray, you need to read your Bible, you need to put time aside for that. And for our kids, it's the same. And there are times where we can play with them, with their toys, and also it's good to include them in our lives. We wash the car, we do some gardening, and we bring them with us. This is so important. That's what I remember from my father when I was a kid. I would do stuff with him. And when you do stuff with him, you learn lessons. I mean, you do some gardening, you pull out some weeds and you speak about sin. You take some rocks out of the grass and you speak about a hard heart. So in everything, every aspect, you can teach so many things to your kids. And you know what? They love being part of your life. So it's really something I urge you spend time with your kids. Every situation is a good lesson for life. And they love it. They want to be part of your life. You know, they are not an addition to our lives. They are part of our lives. Like our couple, it's like God. It's part of our life. And it's so important because if you don't build a relationship with them, the world is going to build a relationship with them. Take care of them. And the second aspect is protection. I mean, they are really at risk. When we see everything they can be exposed to. And I'm thinking about TV, screens, YouTube, friends, billboards, advertising, all these things. It's like this world wants to take our kids. So we have to protect them. We are the watchmen in the house. And we have to watch over them. So I really urge you, be very careful what they are looking on screens. I mean, there's no reason why a young kid should be on YouTube by himself. You should be very careful about what they are looking at. And I mean, all these programs, all these cartoons, there's always a subtle message in them. Some rebellion, a little bit of leaven. It's very dangerous. Be very careful. Please, in today's world, we can't be half-measured. I mean, sometimes we have to be drastic. And that's my challenge for you. I'm going to go even deeper. And Paul in 1 Corinthians 8 says something quite amazing. He speaks about liberty. He said, therefore, if food makes my brother stumble, I will never again eat meat, lest I make my brother stumble. So Paul was ready to stop eating meat just for the sake of his brother. He was free to eat meat, but he was ready to stop, to spare his brother. And he didn't want to be a stumbling block. So it's the same. I'm sure there are things you see that you don't want your kids to do. It's personal. Maybe you don't want him to be on Facebook. Maybe you don't want your kid to be on YouTube or to watch television. But now if you don't want and you are on Facebook, if you don't want him to watch TV and you watch TV every night, as I used to do with my wife, we used to be on TV every evening since our childhood. It was a part of our life. But to tell them now, my friend, leave the TV aside. Let's spend time together. Let's play together. Let's read books. We have to put TV aside. So there are some sacrifices that we have to do to spare our kids. And I urge you, be ready to make those drastic decisions for the conviction God puts on your heart. If God puts a conviction in your heart, be ready to burn what you need to burn, to put aside what you need to put aside, to spare them. Because really, if you don't do anything, the world is going to take care of your kids. But take responsibility, be a watchman, build a strong relationship, and I tell you, God is going to keep them.